Hi, JRG here, the guy who runs the show Con Critic, and I'd like to do some setup and planning here before Season 2 actually begins. With Season 1 over, I now have videos about all of the conlangs listed here. So now I can finally start fleshing out how this conlang ecosystem evolves. The first thing to do is to tag what rank systems each conlang uses, as they'll play a significant role in how the conlang ecosystem shifts. Now it's time to go over how the ecosystem changes. There are two conlangs that by the present day are canonically dead: hyperfeline, which has evolved into ultrafeline, and Skibbity Bop, whose community switched to speaking un-ü instead, so I can take those two out of consideration. They aren't the only languages to die, however. The speakers of the conlang Relix trio of Hahi, O'i, and Wapi switched to speaking conlang itself, while speakers of Benton and Hell switched to speaking two conlangs. The other conlangs whose speakers switched to speaking conlang are Keus, E, and un-ü, which would all have significant influence on conlang to the point that it becomes a distinct new variety, conlang v2, along with inheriting the un-ü script in the process. Then there are the conlang mergers, the ultrafeline and speaking communities, who have wished for their languages to merge since back when the former was still the hyperfeline community. Finally have that wish granted, resulting in a rhodofeline language that's written in the script. In a similar vein, the Deoda and Lungi Evonavigura communities merged their languages into Deoda v2, which inherits Deoda v1's use of hiragana. Also, the speakers of Ligmaballs, Meowlock, Slugmaballs, Hyperodic, Mumwi, and Washuo pull their collective linguistic curseness into a Creole abomination named Sagandese. That pool of linguistic input includes both the Enyahu and Abuhi scripts, but the latter is kept to maintain a distinct written identity from the other Enyahu script-using languages. Speaking of Enyahu, though, two leks of Enyahu become significant enough to be considered separate languages in their own right. One of those leks being Tubatic, which of course uses the Enyahu script, and the other one being Entoea, which is influenced by Toki Teopotoea, but not on the front of scripts due to Citero Rioa's inflexibility. And that's the ecosystem shuffling complete, reducing the total number of live conlangs from 25 down to only 10. And putting the languages that were unaffected by the ecosystem shuffling in Yahoo, Doki, Teopotoea, Visa, and two cons aside, the result is the Con Critic Season 2 small list. Which language the first episode of Con Critic Season 2 will go over, I won't mention in advance. You'll just have to find out once Season 2 of Con Critic starts, whenever that will be.